at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They go play action now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to McLeod. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receiver took it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped. The line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Carter. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back. It is able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
31's the mic. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Looking to throw. Carter. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action with Jackson.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And that is going to skip out of bounds, so a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season.
And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Back to throw is Carter. Throwing on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slap, watch the slap.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Carter. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Carter to throw on third down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Back to throw. Carter. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb there to make the grab. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Vargas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. On first and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, it's Taylor. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Carter off the play fake. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Jackson to throw. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Carter. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but
He's got a man complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Play action. It's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. On the return, it's Taylor. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty of decisions to be made for this second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach, thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least in the foreseeable future. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. On the return, it's Taylor. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Wild Bill.
They go play action here on first down. And it's caught by Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Check Mike 39. All day, baby. All day, baby. All day.
Handoff comes to Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
79 Broncos.
Carter now to throw on 2nd down. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long.
And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson now. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Jackson on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. To throw is Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with something.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's got some space here.
Hey, whatever happened to the day? Just getting a fumble recovery. Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. Now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. On the return, it's Taylor. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now Carter on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Carter. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
31's the mic. Oh, you got deep? 31's the mic.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 36. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up. Jump, 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 jump.
Back to throw again.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth-quarter deficit.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Now they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Carter. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them. Gets big yardage.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to McLeod.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Back to throw is Carter on 1st and 10. And that is is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the interception, here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson on 3rd and long from his end zone.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
It's a room to maneuver. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Carter. And this is caught. It's Brown.
It don't even matter, but it don't matter. It's okay.
And touchdown, Cleveland.
Well, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Carter throwing on first down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw. Carter.
And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
Sheds off the tackle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Carter. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Carter. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Here's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.